Another day, another match, another victory, another 3 points, and one more step towards securing the defense of our La Liga title. And this time, it is happening. It's been a very, very, very long season. We have had our own fair share of heartbreaks, difficult situations, terrible officiating, injuries at key moments in games and in the season. But one thing I can say is that this team is bold, this team is resilient, this team fights. And right now, we are 14 points ahead of Real Madrid in La Liga. Who would have thought that after signing Mbappe last season, they went trophyless? This season, they are going to go trophyless again. And Barca are going to be securing the defense of the La Liga title. I mean, back-to-back La Liga titles. That's really crazy, man. Going 14 points ahead of Real Madrid by any Barcelona team in any season, in any dispensation, is a very, very big deal. Now factor in this Barcelona team that was broken 2 years ago, this Barcelona team that we couldn't really develop, this Barcelona team that we couldn't strengthen, this Barcelona team that was backed by a board that had no money. Man, this is a massive achievement. I'm really, really happy about where we are right now. Not just because we are 14 points ahead of Real Madrid in the La Liga table, but because we have been able to prove our critics wrong once again. At the beginning of the season, the narrative held by many was the fact that what we achieved last year, winning the Copa del Rey, winning the La Liga, and getting to the semi-finals of the Champions League was a fluke and would be difficult to repeat. Yes, Champions League was not very good. Copa del Rey, you know what happened, but the La Liga, we've been able to win it again because technically it's been won. 14 points is an insurmountable lead. Real Madrid are going to surrender once more. The game against Osasuna was difficult. In fact, any game against Osasuna is always difficult, and yesterday's game was no different. Playing against them is always a challenge because they play with a lot of intensity, they play with a lot of aggression, and they play with a low block, making it difficult for you to find space against them. Real Madrid went there and lost. Barcelona went there, we won. The El Sadar is a difficult place to play and a difficult place to get the results. Barca went there and showed what champions are made of. The first half, Barca were lucky, extremely lucky. We could have gone 2-0 or 3-0 down before halftime. If not for the dependable goalkeeper we have between the sticks, Joan Garcia, the game could have been over before the end of the 45th minute. His performance obviously has been the reason why we are winning La Liga. He has been the best goalkeeper in the season, without a doubt. And one more time, he showed why spending the money we spent on him, even though it wasn't a lot, was important for us to be able to compete for the La Liga. He kept us in the game and gave us the most needed platform to improve our performances in the second half, which we eventually did. Without that standard performance by Joan Garcia in the first half, it would have been difficult. The second half was very different, very, very different, significantly different from what we had in the first half. We came out with a lot of aggression, we came out with a lot of energy, and it showed immediately the referee blew the whistle for the second half to start. That was something we didn't see in the first half. Osasuna obviously were a bit shocked because we took the game to them. In the first half, they took the game to us, we were only responding, trying to control the game, but in the second half, we dominated from start to finish. Hansi Flick showed one more time that he knows how to read games. I'm sure he would have reviewed what happened in the first half and realized that we needed two things. One, we needed more control in the midfield, and two, we needed more bite in attack because in fairness, Rashford deserved a chance. Ronny Badaji wasn't doing much. That wing was kind of blunt and we needed to have some bite. And when he did that, we suddenly saw an uptick in our performance and domination of the game. Frankie de Jong came on, Ferran Torres came on, and Marcus Rashford also came on. Rashford's involvement in the first goal was almost instant. When Rashford had the ball at the edge of the Osasuna 18, I was kind of wondering why he wasn't doing anything with it. There seems to be this endless waiting for nothing. He was waiting and waiting and waiting. I was like screaming at the screen, "Dude, do something! Shoot or something!" He was waiting. But we didn't know he was waiting for the right moment to release a cross. At that point, there was obviously communication between him and Robert Lewandowski regarding what to do next with the ball. The next thing we saw, clever movement from Robert Lewandowski, a pinpoint cross, a bullet header, boom, 1-0. Robert Lewandowski may be getting close to the end of his Barcelona career or the end of his footballing career in general, but one thing you can't take away from him is that when you feed him those kind of balls, those kind of sumptuous crosses, he will score them. I'm so in love with that cross from Marcus Rashford. It was pinpoint, it was well weighted, the perfect cross for the perfect striker. Rashford, if you ask me, has done pretty well for Barcelona and deserves another chance. Yes, we can talk about the issue about the transfer fee being demanded by Man U, 30 million euros, which I think can be a problem for Barca, but in terms of stats, in terms of delivery, numbers, he has done very well. That goal was very, very important because it gave us the freedom to be able to control the game further. In fairness, we deserve to go 1-0 up because of how we played in the second half. In the 86th minute, 5 minutes after Robert Lewandowski had given us the lead, Ferran Torres got a second goal courtesy of an assist, a sublime assist by Fermin Lopez. And that was pretty much the end of the game. Yes, Osasuna tried to get something out of it. They got to go back, but it was too late. Barca were too far ahead. There was little time left, and that was how we got the 3 points. And now we are almost touching the La Liga title. Huge credit to Hansi Flick for his substitutions in this game. 2 of the players he brought on had direct impact in the goals we scored. Ferran Torres scored a goal, Marcus Rashford got an assist. This goes to show that having the right coach on the bench can change the direction of every game, and the right coach we have in Hansi Flick. If the board gives him the players he needs, if the board backs him as much as they should, I am sure he will do fantastically well and better than he has done this season. Flick has shown that he can do well with little, but when you give him a lot, the possibilities are endless. Our players put in a very good performance, especially in the second half, which deservedly got us the win and puts us at the brink of another La Liga title. So Real Madrid play Espanyol later today, and if they lose that game, Barca will officially become La Liga champions. But even if they win, they will have to come to the Camp Nou next week. And we have a chance, a golden chance, a chance in a million to be able to lift the La Liga title right in front of them. That would be amazing. So which do you prefer, to win the La Liga before the Clásico and potentially get a guard of honor from Real Madrid, or to leave the trophy in front of them, in front of our fans? Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. We are building something very special here, and I would love you to be part of it. Until next time, live well, be safe, and Visca Barça.